so much for stopping by here with me. Are you curious how you can pivot and actually thrive during times of stress? I mean, who wouldn't, right? Over the next 5 minutes, I'm going to walk you through a simple 3-step process that you can whip out of your pocket when that stress starts creeping into your life. And I say when because it's going to happen, okay? If this is the first time that you're hopping on with me, my name is Kacie Tross. I'm an organic marketing strategist that has nixed the old ways of prospecting. And you guys, I've catalyzed a new era of the online entrepreneur. Basically, I help people build their businesses online the non-sleazy way. And I say this because we have all been there, including myself. Okay. And today, like I said, we are going to talk about 3 tips to pivot and thrive. So, we're talking about when things don't go the way you want, when you have a lot going on with your family, maybe your ad isn't hitting the metrics that you'd hope for, when there are things that you feel like are out of your control completely. These tips, you guys, these tips are going to be key to be able to help you, okay? So not just in business, but also in life, okay? So curiosity is going to be the first thing we're going to talk about, okay? Curiosity actually keeps you thriving when stress starts creeping in. If you've ever questioned yourself as an entrepreneur too, guys, go ahead and drop a question below. I really am curious. So I'm actually going to give you a few questions that will actually calm your brain. It's going to also begin that pivot process, okay? So some things that you can start to ask yourself: what's the next step? What might I do? What could I do? What can I do? And what will I do? So get those juices flowing. So when things aren't going your way, start asking yourself those questions and get the curiosity going. So again, what might I do? What could I do? What can I do? And what will I do? You see how that last one has the action in it? So that next step, it's going to lead you into action to how to pivot and go past that stress. All right? So get those juices flowing and to so you have a different direction so you can proceed. The second one I have, time blocking. Have you ever heard of this? Hint, hint. If you have listened to any of our lives before, you have. I talk about it all the time because I love it. It's amazing. Have you guys been using it? Curious? Drop yes, no below. Curious if you're a time blocker as well. So this is a way that you can manage your tasks because obviously we all have the same amount of time per day, right? We don't get extra hours. We all get the same amount. So we have to manage our tasks. We're going to put our tasks in a time block and write it out. Don't just write work on business. You need to put something in specific. So write down, this is my go live time. So you know exactly at this time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or whatever time it is, that's when you're going to go live. Or maybe this is your content creation time. Maybe this is your blog writing time. Maybe this is your, email list that you're going to write an email to your email list. Maybe that is it. So you also want to have a timer when you're doing this. Really key. I had not been doing this before. I started to implement it and it's really, really helped. So you are going to need to stop when you say you're going to stop. Okay. So if you have yourself scheduled for, 45 minutes to do something, you need to stop. So, and you also need to be super, super focused on whatever that thing is that you're working on. So put that phone on do not disturb, get that stuff done, and go for it. And the third one, so act now. So you asked yourself those questions, you're pivoting away from that stress, you have your time blocking figured out, so you know exactly when you're going to be doing certain things. Third biggest point is acting. Okay? And in here, you want to ask yourself, how will the future version of myself show up and act on it? Okay? Don't overthink it. All right? simple affirmation I want you to start going with is, I will act now. Okay? It doesn't matter if it doesn't need to be perfect. Okay? It's better to be done than perfect. And coming from a perfectionist, that is something huge. Okay? Truthfully, if you're a perfectionist like myself, it's better to be done than perfect, because it's never going to be perfect, and you're going to be just sitting there trying to wait to perfect it, and you're going to slow yourself down in your business. So take that action. If you're feeling like you need a little bit more clarity on the strategy, you guys, always remember that I am here to help. Unless I'm helping my kiddos, which you may hear in the background. My husband's with them, I promise. Out of curiosity, time blocking, taking action, those 3 things that I just talked about today, what topic resonated the most with you? Go ahead and drop it below. I'm just curious what resonated the most with you out of those 3 areas that I talked about. So thank you guys so much for stopping by. I'm going to run out there and see what's going on with my kiddos, and I will catch you on